Good afternoon, everybody. It's been 1 year. Welcome to the grand launching of Komodo Mathematics Competition 2023.
This is how to join the Komodo Math competition, right? It's about the what is that competition, the video contest, and the webinar.
Good day. I'm Mr. Idris Ojo, and I'm the NTIC coordinator for our schools here in Nigeria.
So I think my principal does in the school that I'm teaching, so just send me the flyer of the competition, and I felt a challenge.
Three-dimensional objects, camera movement in computer graphics, and then the calculus. We use calculus to create smooth and natural-looking motion in animation. So as well as calculating lighting and shading effects. And then in geometry too, we use it to calculate shapes, size, and 3D objects and create realistic perspective in virtual environment.
Imitation game, it's about cryptography. Space travel is actually more about physics, right? But yeah, physics also includes a lot of math.
If you like action movies, you may have already seen that kind of effects in the movies to create visually stunning scenes that would be impossible to film using conventional methods.
So it requires, let me draw it maybe.
But not after long, Raihan and Edmund is taking the top, and Lubidi is back on the second position. Edmund.
Right? And we have a definition. After that, we give theorem and prove it and see some examples. After that, application, right? And now we are actually teaching them the tools, right? The tactics and the methods, right? And using these methods, students should use their skill. That's time to mention. The Saturday Plus program. This is what I did. Saturday Plus program. I call the students and invite the teachers or the parents. I'm going to help your kids, okay? And work.
And all the time that will be posted is in Indonesian time, Indonesian Western time, which is UTC plus 10. So you have to convert the time to your own local time.
So because we are watching you guys. Okay, Mario. Step 8. In the same page, choose the language that you prefer.
Worry not, guys. This streaming, the one that you are watching right now on YouTube, the link will stay. The link will stay, and the video, the streaming will be saved, will be archived, and then you can share the link to your friends.
You are supposed to submit your picture, your ID card, and the photo. Why? So that we can make sure that the one who are doing the exam is yourself, you know.
I would like to give a message. Good luck, guys.
Good luck to everyone. Maybe that what you wanted to say was good luck in beating me, right? Because Saliha, where are you from, Saliha?
United Kingdom.
I want to say everyone to good luck. I want everyone to have good luck about this test.
Okay, that's lovely. Thank you very much. Also, we received the good luck.
Be careful, everyone, because once you click next question, you cannot go back to the previous question.
16. So this column is 16.
When a two-fair die is tossed, what is the probability of getting a sum of 11? Now, we have two fair dies. When we toss them, the first one will have either...
Hello guys, my name is Enes, and today I'm gonna show you how to solve the question on Komodo contest dragon level.
So let's say someone eat a cake at a party, the cake shaped like a cube, and then you eat it like this.
So first we need to find out how many
areas that are in the exactly
40 rotation per minutes from the option.
What I like about Komodo math competition is that the questions given are very fun and challenging because I can get a chance to compete with students from all across the world. Also, I can strengthen friends.
I like it because they give us a good preparation for the competition, and I like it because some of the questions have a good moving picture. It's very interesting.
Yes, I definitely will join the competition next year. See you next year. Bye-bye!
Hello from Nebula Academy in Edmonton in Canada. I want to take the opportunity to thank the Universal team who organized the International Mathematics Olympiads. Our students have been enjoying the Olympiads, attending them and hopefully getting good results, and this year I'm sure that they will get good results as well. I want to thank the organization committee and hope that you celebrate many more years. Thank you and good luck.
Hello, my name is McDonald Chimze. I'm from Malawi, Beji International Schools to be more specific. I was one of the people who were helping with the competition we did recently. The competition was a Universal International Mathematics competition. The competition went very well. We don't have any problems. We just had a few login problems here and there, but it was very smooth. I wish to meet you again next year. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Yanazar and I'm a teacher at Nursultan Bilim Innovation High School from Kazakhstan. And we have participated in this International Universal Mathematics competition. And we can say that the questions were very interesting, problems were challenging, and students have enjoyed every bit of the problem. The judgment was very objective and on time. Organization was beautiful. So what we can say is we recommend you to participate in this Olympiad and challenge your knowledge of mathematics.
Hello, my name is Togozade Mango from Malawi at Bedia International High School. So this year we participated for the first time in the International Universal Mathematics Olympiads. It was a great competition for our students here in Malawi. We had students from other international schools participating in this Olympiad for the first time, and our students too. They were very excited. The questions were a bit challenging based on the feedback that we got from the students, but they loved the exams and they look forward to sit for the Olympiads next year. So we hosted this year's Olympiads here in Malawi, and hopefully we will also host the next upcoming mathematics Olympiads from Indonesia. We're very grateful for the company that organized this, and we hope for that one day we'll also have our own local international Olympiads. Thank you very much.
So excited to join this competition because I can compete with other children around the world.
The competition did well. I did well in it, but I don't know about the score. And I quite enjoyed it because it's making me think harder.
When I was doing the competition, I kinda enjoyed it. Mostly because the web design was decent and it used one of the best exam platforms I ever experienced.
So this competition was interesting and extraordinary. I was excited about participating in this competition.
So the IMC 2021 competition was good and exciting. Of course, I really enjoyed this competition.
The exam was very good but a little bit challenging.
This is my second time participating in this event. The exam is actually quite challenging.
The site, the platform is very good,
Every information is there. You just use the time, and the rule is there. You can do everything there. Unlike other competition, which the information is scattered everywhere, and you have to do a lot of stuff, and it's just complicated, and I don't really like it.
It's professional, and the developers put very hard work on developing it. It's neat, it's easy to use, easy to understand.
But overall, I enjoyed the competition because the platform we used was really easy to use, and I've got experience of joining online mathematics competition.
About the platform IMC uses, the platform is good and easy to understand for me.
It's very good. I can use it very well, and there is no error while doing the test.
The questions were well designed. Most questions are from medium intermediate range, so it is good for people who are relatively new in Mathematics Olympiad and for people who are already experienced in Mathematics Olympiad and looking for new challenges.
The questions are really advanced and makes it it's kind of difficult for me, but yeah, probably I just need to learn more.
I think its questions were very classy and internationally qualified.
This mathematics competition is fun and challenging for me because it has a lot of easy problem and also some hard one, but the time is very little, so I have to go really hard on them. And also you cannot get back into the other previous problem that you have answered, so it's kind of a challenge, I think.
The IMC questions were challenging and it made me learn more about math.
There are some easy questions and there are also hard questions. The questions are challenging me and give me more knowledge and experience in solve Math Olympiad problems.
I think you need to increase the time because we need to think.
All good, all fine.
I hope that I can go back to previous problem that I have answered next time, because it's just frustrating to stuck in one problem and you just want to skip it a little bit. You want to check if something easier is ahead and you can get back soon after that, but you cannot. While if on paper you can easily do that. So yeah, I just hope that we can do that later. So yeah, definitely I am going to go into IEMC again next year.
Yes, I will.
Probably yes.
Of course, I will join this IMC again because I like IMC very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's been 1 year. Welcome to the grand launching of Komodo Mathematics Competition 2023.
This is how to join the Komodo Math competition, right? It's about the what is that competition, the video contest, and the webinar.
Good day. I'm Mr. Idris Ojo, and I'm the NTIC Olympiad coordinator for our schools here in Nigeria.
So I think my principal does in the school that I'm teaching, so just send me the flyer of the competition, and I felt a challenge
three-dimensional objects, camera movement in computer graphics, and then the calculus. We use calculus to create smooth and natural-looking motion in animation. So as well as calculating lighting and shading effects. And then in geometry too, we use it to calculate shapes, size, and 3D objects and create realistic perspective in virtual environment.
Imitation game, it's about cryptography. Space travel is actually more about physics, right? But yeah, physics also includes a lot of math.
If you like action movies, you may have already seen that kind of effects in the movies to create visually stunning scenes that would be impossible to film using conventional methods.
So it requires, let me draw it maybe.
But not after long, Raihan and Edmund is taking the top and Lubidi is back on the second position. Edmund.
Right? And we have a definition. After that, we give theorem and prove it and see some examples. After that, application, right? And now we are actually teaching them the tools, right? The tactics and the methods, right? And using these methods, students should use their skill. That's confirmation. The Saturday Plus program. This is what I did. Saturday Plus program. I call the students and invite the teachers or the parents. I'm going to help your kids, okay? And work.
And all the time that will be posted is in Indonesian time, Indonesian Western time, which is UTC plus 10. So you have to convert the time to your own local time.
So because we are watching you guys. Okay, moving on. Step 8. In the same page, choose the language that you prefer.
Worry not, guys. This streaming, the one that you are watching right now on YouTube, the link will stay. The link will stay and the video, the streaming will be saved, will be archived, and then you can share the link to your friends.
You are supposed to submit your picture, your ID card and the photo. Why? So that we can make sure that the one who are doing the exam is yourself, you know.
I would like to give a message. Good luck, guys.
Good luck to everyone. Maybe that what you wanted to say was good luck in beating me, right? Because Saliha, where are you from, Saliha?
United Kingdom.
I want
You want to say
everyone
anything?
to good luck. I want everyone to have good luck about this test.
Okay, that's lovely. Thank you very much. Also, we received the good luck.
Be careful, everyone, because once you click next question, you cannot go back to the previous question.
16. So this column is 16.
When a two-fair die is tossed, what is the probability of getting a sum of 11? Now, we have two fair dies. When we toss them, the first one will have either...
Hello guys, my name is Enes, and today I'm gonna show you how to solve the question on Komodo contest dragon level. So let's say someone eat a cake at a party, the cake shaped like a cube, and then you eat it like this.
So first we need to find out how many areas that are in the exactly
40 rotation per minute from the option.
What I like about Komodo math competition is that the questions given are very fun and challenging because I can get a chance to compete with students from all across the world. Also, I can strengthen friends.
I like it because they give us a good preparation for the competition, and I like it because some of the questions have a good moving picture. It's very interesting.
Yes, I definitely will join the competition next year. See you next year. Bye-bye!
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the educational webinar of Komodo Mathematics Competition 2024. Here we are again. We're back again at it again. Some of you might remember our events from last year. However, it's It's already 2024, so another spirit, another new aspiration, another year, and of course, followed by another Komodo competitions. However, this year we're bringing entirely new things on the table. It's already New Year, I know it's already March, but the spirit of 2024 is still here. So still, we are bringing another new webinars to you guys, mathematic webinars. Of course, it's still fun with experts on our side. And do remember that this webinar is only part of the events that we have prepared for you for Komodo competition. We got so many things, so many interesting things in Komodo mathematics competitions. If you do remember, we have video contests for teachers. We do have webinars, another webinars on the way, and then we do have Pi Days. Remember, we celebrated Pi Days a couple of weeks ago, and then we do have another things that you can follow because this is it's a festival, festival of mathematics, of math lovers from all over the world. I want to remind you that Komodo competition is already on its fourth years. Before it was International Universal Mathematics Competitions, and we changed the name to Komodo Competitions, and this is like by the name of Komodo Competition itself is already on its third years, but this is not the third years for the whole competitions. And the fact of the matters is, we have been having 3,000 students, guys, 3,000 math lovers from all over the world, from more than 65 countries. Well, that's a lot of countries, I'm telling you. All right. Once again, I would like to say good morning and welcome to the Komodo Mathematics Competition Math Webinar 2024. We do have a couple of people on Zoom, not that much on Zoom. However, we do stream it live on YouTube and Instagram. So the demographics is a little bit spread out. It might not look a lot, but we still do have people on YouTube and people on Instagram, so you cannot underestimate the numbers. Other than that, I would like to remind you that the competition of Komodo Mathematics competition will be held on the 1st of April, and the registration is still open until 28th of March. However, there's still possibility that we'll extend the registration and all that. So please do remember that you have to follow us on Instagram to get the latest and the hottest informations about Komodo Mathematics competitions, boys and girls. All right, before we start, I know that we can only greet people on Zoom because our boys and girls on YouTube and Instagram we do not really we cannot really see their comments. So if you could, guys, please type in the city of your origin. Where are you from? Are you from Indonesia? Are you from countries other than Indonesia, or which city you're from? Could you please type in your city of origin in the comment box so that I can see it, and we can get to know each other. Is there anyone? Mr. Umar is from, of course you're from Indonesia. Mr. Umar, come on, you are not the participant. You are one of the speakers for today. So, I would be happy if the boys and the girls joining our webinar today is typing in the city of origins. From Indonesia, from Jakarta, from Indonesia, from Indonesia. Come on, boys, girls. Are there not other people coming from Indonesia? I will be peeking into the YouTube streaming. Give me 2 seconds. All right. I'm a little bit worried that actually most of the people watching us, the people from abroad are watching us from YouTube and Instagram. All right, YouTube is still filled with Indonesian speakers. Indonesian, Jakarta, Depok, Bandung. Oh my gosh, most of them are Indonesians, right? Okay, one is from Ketapang, Kalimantan Barat. Welcome, Ketapang. And I'll be picking on Instagram now. These are where all the abroad, the foreigners, the people from other than Indonesia are gathering. I see one person from Azerbaijan. I see one comment from Turkmenistan. All right, from Nigeria, from Niger. All right, Ethiopia. Thank you very much. Welcome, everyone. Mathematic boys, girls. Everyone loves mathematics. Every part of the way. That's you don't really need to understand the language, but mathematic language is a whole different things. All right. Without further ado, I actually want to invite our speaker for today. There will be two webinars, boys and girls. One of them is a digital transformation in math educations, which will be held by Mr. Abdul Kasim Ahmedov, PhD. It's a lecture at Paragon International University, and this is dedicated for teachers out there. And then the second one's for you boys and girls or the students. We do have Mr. Umar Miftah Fauzi, which is a senior data analyst at Ajaib. We do have Mr. Umar in the screen right now. Still cannot find Mr. Abdul Kasim. Mr. Umar, how are you today? How are you this morning? Where now? Are you in Indonesia? Are you in other country other than Indonesia?
Well, I'm currently in Indonesia in some resort in Bogor. I'm not sure where this is. I just arrived. So, yeah, nice place. Good place to host for me to talk about data science.
Okay, data science in nature doesn't really seems like two words that would come in one sentence.
No,
However,
it
let's see.
does. It
It
does.
does.
It's,
It does. All right.
yeah, because
I'm sorry. I'm
the
sorry.
green makes your mind more active. So, yeah,
Oh, yeah. I
ideally,
didn't really.
I would like to vacation. I would like to work in a place where there's lots of green. So yeah, it makes me more deeper thinking, so to
Uh,
speak.
see, guys, listen to that. Mathematics is not only about numbers and all that, but you have to have clear minds. And if you want to be a data scientist like Mr. Umar, you gotta go to places where are greens and you can clear your minds and all that. Okay, thank you very much, Mr.
Thank
Umar.
you.
Good morning, Mr. Abdul Kasim. How are you today?
Good morning. For you, good morning. Actually, for us, it's night time. Right now I'm in Houston, United States. So I'm joining you from Houston. And for you, it's morning. For us, we just had iftar. And right after Tarawih, I joined this meeting. And I'm really honored and happy to join you again. Once again, it's my second time, joining your team and sharing my knowledge and experience. And I'm really excited and happy watching those videos. Okay, thank you very much.
What time is it in Houston, Mr. Abdul Kasim?
We have 12-hour difference. Right now it's night time, 10:31.
10:31. So it's exactly 12 hours compared to Indonesia. Oh my gosh, that's.
Yeah, 22nd of March here. It's not 23rd of March yet.
Oh, okay, okay. I understand. Right. Thank you very much. It's just in our competitions and in our midst, Mr. Abdul Kasim. I do remember that from last year that a lot of teachers are actually giving great feedback on what you were given at the lectures. Thank you very much. All right, boys and girls, these are our speakers, our magnificent speakers. So later on, we'll divide this webinar into two, what's the name, breakout rooms. If you are a teacher and you are interested in uh, transformation in math educations, you can go to Mr. Abdul Kasim's breakout. And if you are in any one, you can go to Mr. Umar Fauzi's breakout. And for YouTube and Instagram, we will have two different streams that you can choose whichever topic is interested for you. All right then. I guess I want to remind you prizes, which in this case is free Komodo Mathematics Competition vouchers, all right, registration vouchers. One of them will be given to the best question, the person with the best question on the Q&A session. Right. So regarding certificates, do not worry because you have registered yourself in the webinar. So what we will do is after the competition, we will send you a, what's the name, survey links. And after you fill out the survey links, we will send you the certificates directly. All right. Is everyone ready? Is everyone pumped up? Before we go to the breakout rooms, I guess, but everyone is closing the cameras, right? I want to take a pictures, but if everyone is closing the cameras, then I cannot really take pictures. Could you guys please open your cameras? Only works for people in Zoom, though. It's not working for people in YouTube and Instagram. We would like to take some pictures. Come on, guys, please open up your cameras. Come on, please. I'm begging you. Okay. Please open up your camera, guys, boys and girls. We can take pictures before we start and go to our respective rooms. All right. I see a couple of people opening their cameras. But not much. Come on, boys, girls. I want to see your pretty faces in the morning or in the evening if you're from other countries. All right. All right, traders, stay ready. Let's take the picture together. You know, do whatever pose you want because how can I say? I'm an uncle. I'm an old man. This is what old men do on photos. Thumbs up. That's it. Simple thumbs up, right? Okay, operators, are you ready? Let's take the picture together. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you very much. Okay, then, without further ado, I want to invite you to the breakout rooms of respective topics. On the room 1 will be Mr. Abdul Qadir Ahmedov with the topic of digital transformation in math education. And room 2 will be with Mr. Umar Miftah Fauzi and the topic of Data Science 101. Please go to the respective room. Okay, operators, are you ready to create the breakout room? Is the breakout rooms ready yet? Boys, girls, please go to I'm sorry, let's have adjustment, all right? If you are interested in Data Science 101, please stay in this room. However, if you're in education, please go to the other breakout rooms. If you are a teacher, you can go to the and if you're a student and you're interested in Data Science 101, please stay in the main room. We will mark the stream, whichever stream is digital transformation math education, and which stream is data science. You can find it on YouTube and then you can watch it there, and also on Instagram. If you're registered, if you are subscribed, you will find it there. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and register on using the link that we sent you, and then we will send you the YouTube link because most probably it's still unlisted so that not many people can see. So please do register from the link that we send you. All right. I guess we can have the stage to Mr. Isaac to lead the discussion in this room. And ciao.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Adi, for your time. Okay, I'd like to remind you again, everyone, if you are a teacher, you can join the breakout room, Teacher Digital Transformation in Math. Okay, and then if you are students, you can stay in the main room, yeah. Inshallah, we will discuss a lot of things about data science with Mr. Umar Fauzi. Okay. Yeah, I think it means that you are all you are all students here, right? Okay, so without further ado, we can start our discussion. Inshallah, our speaker already here, waiting for the time to tell you about the data analysis. Inshallah. Okay, Mr. Umar, the time is yours.
All right. Um, hello. Firstly,
Hello.
can y'all hear me?
Yes, of course.
No
It's
lag.
enough.
No disruptions. No nothing. No problems.
Yeah, no problems, Mr.
Excellent. Very good. Okay. Hello, Komodo Math competition participants, or at least watchers of the webinar series. I am Umar. A I already been introduced as a senior data analyst. Let's explain that a bit later. Basically, I work with data and in a company called Ajaib. If you invest in stocks, you might know about it. If you don't, that's fine. It's basically a startup which focuses on investments like stocks and crypto. I worked in data, so I don't say data science. I say data in general for almost 6 years now, and I've learned quite a lot along the way, and I've met lots of talented data people as well, which I've learned from as well. So today I want to pull you into that world of data, a world where mathematics joins with information to produce magic. All right? I think I have to share my screen here. There we go. Okay. So, what will I be talking about today? I want to first talk about the fact that data is not just data science. So I'm sorry the title says data science, but I don't think it's fair to limit the scope to just data science because there's a lot more than just data science. And it's quite important to mention as well. So I basically be mostly focusing on the fact that data has a couple of branches, three to be precise. I'll also illustrate how each of these branches uses math in their own way, and try to give an example in a school because let's face it, data, uh, data, data teams are a thing. It's usually not just one person; it's people working as a team, often from these three branches. And finally, I will, uh, if you're interested in getting into becoming a data professional later, I'll give some tips at the end. So let's get started. First, what are what what are the three branches of data, or what is data in general, right? Um, so data, think of it this way: when you um let's say you're all still students, right? So you do exams and you have scores from these exams. When your teachers collect that exam scores, that's data. Your exam scores is data. Data is just information. And there's also just data, but let's not get too deep in that. The main point to remember is that information, when we store it, we call it data. Um, so let's So with that being said, that's data, right? Now we understand what data is. Let's see what are the branches of professionals that deal with data. So we have three actually. Um, it can get more complex than this, but let's simplify things. There's three main branches. The first one, and probably the one that you probably never heard before, are data engineers. What are data engineers? You can think of them as builders, right? They build the foundation. So the other two branches, like the analysts and the scientists, can work because you see a lot of times data is messy. Like if you go back to the example of your exam scores, maybe your teacher puts it into an Excel sheet, or maybe they put into Google Sheets. Okay, and then you have lots of classes. They all have their own exams, and then there's many exams, and then you know it's even no even the best analysts or scientists to have all this data scattered around, it's difficult for them to work with it. So what the data engineer does, they collect the data, they make it so easy for the analyst or scientist or whoever else to access the data in one place. Um, and I say the school example, but it applies even from the smallest schools all the way until the biggest organizations in the world, especially tech companies like Facebook and Google. Data engineers are are one of the key components of these organizations. So yeah, it's something to consider if you ever want to get into data as as a job later on in your life. So that's data engineers, right? Think of them as a builders of the foundation. They give the floor that the other two can stand on. And one of the people standing on them are the analysts. You can think of them as detectives, right? So they they help to figure out what happened. What do you mean? Why would you need to figure out what happened? Well, you see, data. There's lots of data usually. If there's lots of students in the school, and then the principal wants to know some specific information, it's kind of difficult to for the principal to go through that data himself or herself, especially if the principal is a very busy person, which usually is the case. So typically, an analyst helps with that, helps to look at the data and then tell the principal or the organization, hey, this is what happened, or this is the answer to your question, or we have some interesting points, or we have some points of concern. Like I just want to let you know. So that's an analyst does. They analyze, they look into the data, and they figure out what happened. Sometimes why it happened. Okay, so that's an analyst. And then we have the title of this presentation, data scientist. Um, if you were to take their analogy is like a fortune teller of the future. While an analyst looks at data and tries to figure out what happened, why it happened, data scientists try to build models. So a model is something that tries to recreate reality, but in a more simple way, in simplified ways. So to give an example, if I want to know tomorrow's weather, right? If let's say that I know something, I see that oh, today it was a rainy day, so there's a good chance that tomorrow will also be a rainy day because we're also in the rainy season. So a data scientist takes that to the next 20 levels. They take they take data from now and use it to predict what might happen later based on and it and of course it doesn't apply to just predicting weather, it applies to predicting everything. It applies to grouping customers or segmenting people, or even predicting the potential revenue or profit of a project. All of these fall under the realm of data science. So these are three branches of data, right? If you'd like, you can comment or chat like which branch seems to appeal the most to you. I understand if a lot go into data scientists, but just remember, I'm an analyst. So yeah, moving on. Since this is a math competition webinar, I decided to kind of give examples of how each of these branches uses math, right? So let's take the data engineer first. There's lots of data usually. When the data engineer comes in, whenever there's a data engineer, there's almost always a lot of data to be processed. It's not enough to use Google Sheets. It's not enough to just store it as Excel files. No, you need special tools to manage a lot of data. And when you're managing a lot of data, you need to calculate limits. So if I have 100 GB of data, then how much processing do I need to do? Like, how much resources should I allocate? The data engineer needs to think about that. They need to they need to estimate how much data will flow in terms of size, and then they need to estimate the cost, and then they need to figure out if the time required to process it all is enough. This requires math. And data engineers, you might think they're just builders, but builders measure. In fact, one of the famous sayings is measure twice, cut once. So the emphasis is on measuring that your tool or your whatever you're building will be able to handle it. And the way to do this, you have to measure, you have to estimate things properly. And you have to be good at math to do that. So, just because someone's a data engineer doesn't mean that they suck at math. No. It's usually the opposite. If they're good, They need to be able to count things. They need to be able to crunch numbers correctly. Okay, now that's a data engineer. Now if we put data analyst, um, what do the data analysts do? We spend half of our day looking at numbers and the other half talking about these numbers to our stakeholders. Oh, sorry, stakeholders. I mean people that we work with. So an analyst might say, hey, the average score is 75%. How is that calculated? It's calculated from, I don't know, 5 exams, 10 subjects. Okay, let's break down across these subjects. So what's the average score across each subject? What about each exam? So the analysts should have this ability to get a number and break it down. What are the inputs to that number? And then they break it down again. What are the inputs to that input of that number? And of course, this requires pretty intuitive math. Like you have to be able to. What part of analyst job is also to figure out. They see a number and they can instantly realize is it weird or is it not weird. That's part of my job. I often see numbers and I think there's something wrong. Let me check. Let me check. This might be wrong. And that requires pretty good math intuition. You need to work with numbers every day. I mean, that's what we do. So that's the job of an analyst, right? How they use math. But those two are nothing compared to data scientists. Data scientists use statistics and a lot of it. So, what I said about weather prediction? Well, there's a lot of statistics and advanced math there. So, it comes down to, can you understand this statement? Based on these 5 variables, there is what do you say? The average rain tomorrow will be 5 millimeters with a uh, standard deviance of 0.5 millimeters. This is a statement that data scientists have to understand immediately because of their knowledge of statistics. So yeah, the other two data engineers, data analysts, actually with high school math, as long as you're really good at high school math, you can probably make it. But data scientists, no, it's not enough. You need to go way further if you want to be a good data scientist. Okay, so these are the 3 branches of data and how they use math. Let's go back to that school setting I mentioned a couple of times, right? So a data engineer, like I already said, they would um since exam scores usually teachers input them into like lots of Google Sheets, and then if we want to analyze, if the data analyst wants to analyze or the data scientist wants to predict using all of this data, it needs to be in one place. That's a data engineer's job. To combine all of this data into one easy to access, easily understandable data set. And I mean easy understandable because it could be that some Google Sheets are different from others, and then there's a data engineer's job to make sure that they're in one format as they get combined. Otherwise, it will make the life of the analysts and scientists harder. So that so let's say that if the data engineer is hired by schools, that's what they would do. They combine exam score data and any other data really into one place for easy access. This requires a lot of building. They do a lot of coding. Okay, I forgot to mention this. Data engineers probably do the most coding, like computer coding, compared to the others. And scientists do computer coding as well, but the engineers do the most because they have to build a lot of stuff to make sure the data flows properly. Okay, then we have analysts. Let's say the principal sees that the average score is like 70%. I want to increase that. Hey, Mr. Analyst or Miss Analyst, could you help me identify which subjects have the lower scores? And then analyst says, sure, we have, and then they run some numbers, and then they see, oh, we see that this lower scores is in math. Oh, okay. Which exams, which questions Okay, then I run the number, they do their analyst thing, and then, hey, we see that, it's in questions related to statistics and geometry. Okay, so then we can help the principal understand that they need extra lessons for statistics and geometry. All of this through data analysis, building on top of what the data engineer has compiled together in the clean data. So you see how these two can work together already? Now let's go to the data scientist. Data scientist, the principal says, I'm a bit concerned that some students might be cheating. I mean, most students don't, but there might be a few who do. Could you help me out? How can you help me actually, Mr. or Mrs. Data Scientist? Well, here's how I can help you. I can build a model to detect potential cheating. How does that work? Well, here's the thing. I can predict what is the likely answers to these questions. And if I see that, some answers are a bit strange, then I can have my model tell you that there's something off. And that might help you detect potential cheating. Oh, okay. So that's what data scientists do. They get all the numbers together. Especially from data engineers already put all the data into one place, right? So the data scientist just has to take it and then, use their knowledge of statistics to figure out what are the most likely, what are the most likely answers, what are the possible cheating places, and then they can build a model that can automatically detect potential cheating once the exam scores come in, once the results are inputted. So these are the three branches of data and how they would function in a school. I chose an example because, well, you're all students, so I'm hoping it helps you kind of understand the roles of each of these branches. Right. So this is actually the last slide. So don't get sleepy yet. How do I get into data? If you want to get into data, if I've sold you on the possibility of data as a job, as a career, then let me give you some tips how to get into it. Number one, study something in university which has lots of numbers. It can be math, that's the most obvious one, but it could also be economics, it could be industrial engineering, it could be business administration, yes. Basically, any subject that has a lot of numbers, usually there's some data work involved there, and that will help you to take your first step into data, right? And then the second, if you want to go even further, then you could practice data projects. So we have something called Kaggle. Let me type that in, kaggle.com, right? And they have lots of, how do I say this? Data sets that you can make projects. I also have lots of projects that you can look into, and then you can see how other people did work with data. And you can try to do the same. You can try to practice and learn from there. And thirdly, keep an open mind because math is important in data. It is very important, but it's not just math in data. Go back to this example of the school. If you don't know how an exam works, how can you analyze it? How can you make a model to predict cheating if you don't know how exams work? So it's not just about learning math. You have to learn it, but you have to learn a lot other things, especially about whatever you're analyzing or want to be a data scientist in. So that would be it, I think, for my presentation. I don't I don't like very long presentations, so I'm done here. But I do like questions, so if you would like to ask anything, feel free to, open your mic or drop in the chat. I'm now opening my chat. Go ahead. Is my speaker stop working, or is there no questions? Is my speaker not working? Just checking.
It works.
Okay, good. Because I was afraid that someone asked a question. I don't hear. I guess you have 1 more minute for an opportunity to ask questions.
Okay, everyone, if you want to ask any question, you can type on the chat box maybe. But if you want to directly tell the speaker, it will be better. And then the one who asked the best question, we will give you a voucher. Okay, free registration for Komodo competition. Is there anyone? I heard someone speaking. Okay, Attila Kaukachi. Do you want to ask something? Attila? Attila, yeah.
No thanks.
No, okay. Oh, okay, there's a question here, Mr. Umar from Nikanta Hares Desai. The question is how to become an expert in data processing.
Data processing. I kind of want to ask the question back. What do you think is data processing? I mean,
Can
if you can answer
you
it back, that'll be great.
Okay, Nikanta, can you elaborate more about your questions? Maybe what do you mean by or in general?
In general. Okay. The data processing, I mean, my understanding of data processing is that, you have, let's say, your exam score, and then uh, you want to summarize them. Well, if that's what you mean by data processing, then to become an expert, I mean, firstly, without it should be obvious that practice is the key. You do it enough times, you will become an expert. So then the question is, how do you start for the tools that you use? Start with Google Sheets and Excel. You always start with the. I started my career in data with Google Sheets and Excel. If you use them a lot, you'll eventually become an expert with data, and then from there you can easily become a data analyst or data scientist or engineer, right? So it starts with using Google Sheets and Excel a lot. I used them quite a bit. I even created mini projects to store lists of anime that I watched and rating them using my own model in Excel back when I was in university. I don't do that anymore, but I'm just saying you need to work a lot with Excel and Google Sheets first. That's the first step. Then after that, it's about learning resources, right? Things like Kaggle.com, like I said, but then there's also YouTube. YouTube has so many videos on data. If you want to be an analyst or a scientist, use your pick. what my suggestion is just to work with Excel and maybe volunteer to help people with Excel. Like maybe your parents need some help with that. Help them out. That might. I think that's what I can give as an answer for now. If you're a
Okay.
university student, it will be a different answer, but you're not yet.
Mhm.
So I'll leave it there.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Umar, for your answer. Hope the answer can satisfy you, Nikanta. Yeah. If you have further question, you can type it once more, okay, in the chat box. Okay, let's come to the next questions from Christopher Angelo. If I want to study data science, what is the best university and what faculty?
Okay. I don't know the best university. And actually, we don't. If I say that you don't even need to go to university to be a data analyst or data scientist, it's probably not the best answer here. Okay. There's any university. It's not about the university for me. It's about the faculty. The faculty should be something that focuses on numbers, especially numbers in business. So if I had to choose one, it would be something related to economics or business. Industrial engineering also, because industrial engineering, it has a lot of modeling, it's a lot of numbers for a business. And it's my major, so I'm biased, but industrial engineering, this definitely. A lot of my friends from industrial engineering also work in data now, so that's one. So either something like economics, business, or industrial engineering. Math also works, but I feel like math. I mean, no offense to those who took math here, especially teachers, but pure math is usually a bit difficult to transition into data analysis, data science, and business. It's great if you want to be a data scientist too. Because usually data scientists have master's degrees and PhDs. Data analysts, engineers do not need that. Okay, I hope that answers Christopher's question.
Okay, so the point is not about the university, right? It's about the faculty, yeah, that we
Yeah, I
choose.
mean, just use a university that isn't that bad, and it should be fine. Besides, a lot of data learning comes from yourself, so university is less relevant than your learning motivation.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Umar, for your answer. Hope you satisfied for the answer. What's that? The Christopher Angelo, yeah. So I think we can move to the next questions from another participant. We have Ken here. The question is simple. When do I study data analyst?
When?
Yeah.
I guess in your free time.
I think it's about the age, yeah. I don't know about the level of studying.
When? I assume Ken is in middle school right now.
Middle
Because if you're in high school, you can already study it. Actually, if you're in middle school, you can also study it. So it's not about when. It's about my belief is that if someone, even in middle school, they start studying something from that age, they can already become experts in it with a couple of years. It's so whenever you want. If you want to study it now, feel free. You can go to Cal.com, right? No one's stopping you. If you want to be a data analyst at the age of 16, no one's stopping you. So yeah, do it whenever you do it. Of course, I mean, different if you mean getting a job, that you have to, you can, I mean, that's a bit more complicated, but if it's about learning the skills, you can do it from now. I don't believe that that if you're 14, you're not smart enough to learn. No, of course you can. It's the reason that people become data analysts at 23, 24 is because they only started studying at 23, 24. You start studying now, then go on. Okay, that's it. Next question.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Umar. So the answer is I think you can start whenever you want, yeah, to study
Right.
the data analysis. Yeah.
Actually, I can see the chat. For junior high school student, what subject must be well prepared if you want to be data analyst? Well, math. We have economics, even better.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. In middle school, there's not aside from these two, there's not much specific math stuff. Like anything that can help you learn about math, economics, business is good. That's all. Okay. Then someone asked, does learning data affect lifespan? Well, about the same as learning math affects lifespan. Right? Next question.
Okay, next questions.
Uh,
You can read it or
I can read it. Is data
okay.
analysis similar to the field of math or statistics or IT? Well, this is actually a nice question here. So, data analysis has math in, right? Data science has a lot of statistics in. I wouldn't put it into a pure statistics though, because as for IT, when people call me IT, I feel out of place. Because if you ask me to build an app, I can't build an app. I'm not a software engineer. I'm not a pure IT person. But I do know how to code a bit to create, like to calculate stuff, to pull data, to build graphs. I can code for that. But I cannot code you an app like Butch. So is it analysis similar to the field? Well, it has a bit of everything, right? In the same way, is a cake similar to sugar or is it similar to flour? Well, it's made up of sugar and flour, but you cannot say it is only sugar or only flour. So that's data analysis. It needs a bit of each. And more generally, in the real world, lots of careers need a bit of lots of things. So even someone making a business, they need to know some math. They need to know about how regulations work. They need to know about their product. Like in the real world, knowing bits of things from lots of fields is actually more beneficial than knowing only one. Yeah, that's the answer to it. Hey, I like that we have more questions now.
Okay, so I think you passed one question, sir. This Kriyaji Satrio also asked something here. Does learning data affect lifespan?
No, I already answered that. I already answered
That? Okay. Okay, I think there's no more questions from the chat box. Okay, everyone. Do you have any more questions? Okay, it's from Fadilka. I have a question. If I want to study the math material analysis data, what should I learn first? Is calculus or number theory?
What is math material analysis?
Material data analysis, yeah.
You mean like material science, where you study things like steel and copper, or does it mean something else? Math. Oh, another thing is the data analyst that you often have to do is ask questions about things. So that's why I'm asking questions back, because as an analyst, I need to understand exactly what you're asking. And typically, it's because to get a good answer, you need to understand the question perfectly. And also that means asking questions about questions, which I'm asking. What is math material analysis? I mean, if you prefer not to elaborate on that, then I will make an assumption. Math material. Let's say one. Oh, you mean material as in what? Like the content, right? Like what is the material that I should learn? Okay, let's go with. Let's assume that that's the question, right? What material should I learn to do data analysis properly? Well, a lot of it comes with algebra, actually. I would say. I don't know what calculus, right? Calculus, you probably will need some of it for data science. or if you're doing something like optimization. I took calculus in university, and my worst grades were in calculus throughout my entire university career. But it is it's something that you might need for data science. So if you're trying to find an optimal, you're trying to optimize like something. For example, how many hours I need to study to get the most grade, but without sacrificing my social and personal life. Typically, you can create a function from a calculus function that finds that exact number that optimizes for everything, and that uses calculus. Right? But that's not necessary for data analysis. Data analysis is just looking at numbers and trying to figure out like x a multiplied by b equals c multiplied by d equals e, and e is equal to z multiplied by a. It's about finding these algebraic connections. So what should I learn to be the NS data that calculates all number of fields? I'm not sure I understand. What should I learn to be NS data that calculates all number of fields? Like which one should you learn?
I think the question is just like you need to choose, Mr. Umar.
Oh, I should
What is
choose.
important, calculus or number theory for being the data analyst?
I guess it's closer to number theory then, because there's a lot of arithmetic. Like there's a lot of multiplications and divisions and additions and subtraction. Like data analysis, it's about doing plus, minus, multiplied, and division very, very, very well, to the point where you can multiply numbers, divide numbers in your head. Like that.
Okay, how about statistic, by the way, sir? I think it's also
Statistic.
really important. Yeah.
It is, but it's not calculus.
Yeah, it's not calculus. I mean, actually, there must be three options about this question: calculus, number theory, and statistic. What do you?
Oh, it's there. Okay, I get. Statistics is important if you want to be data scientist.
Yeah, statistic, I
It
think,
is.
important, right?
It can be used if you're a data analyst and engineer, but less compared to a scientist. Data scientist, you have to have statistics, otherwise you're not a data scientist. You can
Yeah.
still be an analyst and engineer without
So
statistics.
the statistic is the kind of obligation, yeah, to start
If
the
you want to go into data science,
data science. Oh, data science. Okay.
but analysts no need,
No need.
but
Okay.
better with.
Okay. Hope it satisfies your questions, Fadlika. Yeah. Okay, I think. Okay, I'd like to remind you everyone, don't forget to fill out the survey below to get the webinar or certificates. Yeah, webinar certificates. Yeah, it's already sent into our chat box. Yeah, make sure that you fill this survey so that you can get the webinar e-certificate. Okay. Okay, and then Mr. Umar, one more thing that I want you to do. Can you pick one participant who has asked you a good questions? Because we are going to give she or he about the rewards. Can you scroll down up the questions and then pick one really the best question for this seminar?
It's not too many questions, so I think the one from Nadia makes sense. And
Nadia?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Umar. Okay, Nadia, can you send us your name and also your email? Yeah, you can send it privately to co-host or host. Yeah, so that we can chat you. We can give you the voucher. Okay, free voucher for Komodo math competitions. Okay, Nadia, are you there? Can you give a response maybe? Okay, thank you. You're welcome, Nadia. Okay, please send us your email, your full name also. I'm not choosing this question.
No. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think we are already in the end of the webinar. Okay. Once more, thank you for coming to this webinar series, and then thank you also for the speaker who have already come to this webinar. Okay, Komodo webinar. And then I'd like to also remind you everyone about the timeline about in this Komodo Math competition. Okay, so yeah, we are going to have exam simulation in 22 of April 2024. Okay, and then also the registration will be closed on 20 April. Okay, 2024 as well. So make sure that you have already registered to this competition, and then you can also invite as many as you can to your friends. Okay, so, and also the competition day will be on 27 of April. Okay, so please note the dates so that you don't miss the exams date. Yeah. Okay. Any more things that you want to add, Mr. Umar? Maybe for a closing statement.
No, I like it when people come into data and are interested in data. And if I talk like this, it seems like I'm not very friendly. No, that's just how analysts talk. It's the nature of the job. We have to always ask questions about questions. It's not because we hate anyone, because we have to
Yeah.
make things clear. So but still, I like talking about sharing about this. So it's not that I hate it. I actually enjoy it. Let's be clear on that.
Okay.
Thank you all for listening.
Okay, thank you once more. Thank you very much everyone for coming. Okay, I'd like to close this webinar to say Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, bye bye. See you in the next agenda.